Welcome back to another video. This is Gus. This is one of my nephews. It's Saturday morning. I've literally just watched the 59 kilo class at my sister's house because she is currently on holiday. So I'm in charge of the cats, which is great fun. I just popped around here this morning to feed them, and I thought I'd watch the opening session of Worlds while I was here. I have set myself up with a big task, which by the time this video comes out, you guys will know if I've been successful or not. With the podcast, so if you don't know, I have a powerlifting podcast called The Art of Lifting, and I've decided to set myself the challenge of doing daily recaps throughout the World Championships. So today is day one, 59 kilo class this morning, 47 this afternoon. It will then get easier for me because it's just going to be one primetime session a day that I'm going to be recapping. But today I'm kind of all over the place because I have to come here and feed the cats, and then I have to go home. I have some work to get done. I need to train at some point. I also need to do a food shop at some point. I need to come back and feed the cats again this evening. And obviously I want to spend a bit of time with them as well. I also need to film my recap, watch the 47s as well. It's going to be a busy day, busy weekend. I don't know when I'm going to train. I'm kind of tempted to just push training to the end of the day when everything else is done. It's not going to be a super long session today. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm also evidence of my human nephew. I don't know. It's going to be a busy weekend. But it's going to be a good weekend. My only gripe is that I'm not going to be getting loads of sleep or getting a single lay in this weekend, which is good, but bad. But I don't mind being busy. Like, I would always rather be busy than not. It's just a lot of being all over the place today and not really knowing when I'm going to do things, which is fine. But just from like I like to be organised standpoint, stress. I really enjoyed the 59s. I'm not going to recap anything to do with Worlds on here because obviously that'll be on the podcast, and by the time this comes out, it'll be like a whole week later. But I've really enjoyed watching them this morning. It's been nice chilling in her house as well because it's just so peaceful and I don't have Zuko attacking me the whole time. I did also kind of edit some videos and stuff while I was sat on the sofa, get through some client replies and stuff, so I've got a little bit less to do when I get home. But all is good, all is well. Body weight, I was actually really annoyed with my body weight this morning. I was 86.5 this morning, which I went to bed at 87.3 last night. And I really expected to be in the 85s this morning, but I actually hardly dropped anything overnight, which is a bit strange. But I was super thirsty last night, and I did drink quite a lot of water and stuff. So I don't know if maybe just one of my meals I didn't even register how much sodium I had in or something, and I'm just retaining a little bit because I do feel a little bit watery today. But it's obviously, it literally doesn't matter. I'm where I need to be. I don't compete until December at the earliest, if I compete then. So got plenty of time to worry about that. But been sticking to my macros. I mentioned in a previous video, cravings have been through the roof. They still are. They definitely still are. So I've been sticking to my macros, and I've told myself that this week is a non-negotiable, just stick to everything. And that doesn't mean I can't have things that I enjoy and stuff in there. It's just like, for me, when I'm getting these cravings, like I feel like I need to indulge in something, which when I say indulge in something, like I have the craziest appetite ever. Like I would literally just eat my body weight in food. But I'm kind of sticking to my calories all of this week as a non-negotiable, and next week as well. And then maybe next weekend when I have a bit more time, I'll plan a meal or something out and have something like that I enjoy out or something, and try one of the restaurants on my list that I want to try in the area local to us. But basically just want to say I'm having a lot of cravings still, but body weight is where it needs to be. That's the most important thing. I haven't had this post-comp rebound, and I'm kind of avoiding having that, which I'm really happy with. I think one thing I've slacked on this week since comp, which to be honest is a very reasonable thing to slack on post-comp, is not necessarily food prep, because I have been prepping meals, but volume eating and making like higher volume recipes and stuff. Like most of my food is reasonably high volume anyway, but I've been eating a bit more convenience, grabbing as I go type stuff, which when I say grabbing as I go, I don't mean like going in a shop and buying stuff. I mean like grabbing stuff out of the fridge that requires minimal prep, minimal like getting ready time, and just having that. So I just essentially haven't been eating as much volume as I possibly could be, so I should be. But that's a pretty normal thing post-comp, right? Like you're allowed to be a little bit lazier with things post-comp, especially when it comes to meal prep and nutrition. Like if you're 100% on it year round, it does just cause burnout, which obviously I want to avoid / I was already suffering with. So those are my updates. Nothing else to really say. I will check in with you guys later whenever I end up training. Kind of tempted because it's now 11 to just head straight home, which is about 25 minutes from here, and just train now. But I've just eaten pasta, and I don't feel like that's going to be the best pre-workout meal for me because there was like 10 grams of fibre in there, quite a lot of fat in there, not really the high carb, easy digestible meal that I should have pre-training. But part of me is like, just get it done so it's done. So I don't know. I'll decide what I feel like doing when I get back. And then it'll be easier for me to I can even work with Worlds on later, like I did earlier. So kind of this, I don't like not knowing what my plan is. I think that's why I'm not stressed. I'm refusing to be stressed. But I think that's where my head's a little bit like, oh my God, I've got so much to do today because I haven't got a specific plan of what's happening when. But it's okay. It's all okay. Okay, team, it's 8:20. It has been chaotic. It hasn't been that chaotic, to be fair. I've accomplished a lot. Everything on my to-do list, other than prepping some baked oats, is complete, which I'm okay with not having done that because I can literally do that tomorrow. Everything on my to-do list is complete, and that includes everything for work, that includes everything for social media, so the podcast, and everything is uploaded, done. I've even made a reel for it, which is something I've been snacking on loads lately. Everything I needed to is done. All is good. Jobs around the house that we've been putting off, like putting things in the loft, organising stuff to put in the loft, chucking out loads of random things that we've just had sat in our bedroom for ages that we've been meaning to get rid of. All of these jobs are done. So I'm feeling very accomplished, but I'm also feeling tired, and I have to get up reasonably early tomorrow, again, to go and feed my sister's cats, because tomorrow is the last morning I'm doing it, because then my mum is taking over because they're currently away, but they live around the corner from my sister, so usually when my sister is away or her family is away, my parents do it for her. But I've been rubbing in this weekend because they're also away, which is obviously fine. But because I have to drive nearly half an hour to go to hers in the morning, and I want to be there in good time because they're used to having their breakfast early, part of me is tempted when I finish training to literally just shower, get in pajamas and go to hers and stay overnight. But I know I'll sleep better in my own house, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try and get in good time. And to be fair, this session, it's literally just squatting, deadlifting, and then some lower body accessories. Should only take me an hour to an hour and a half. So I should be more than done by 10. So then if I go in, have a quick protein shake, that's all I've got left to have today, and then shower, get in bed, I should still be able to get 8 hours of sleep, hopefully, maybe 7. But I can cope with 7. But it's been a busy day. It's been a good day. I really, first ever, I'm not going to recap Worlds on YouTube because, like I said, I've done daily recaps, and by the time this comes out, it'll literally be a week later, although day 1 was wild. But it was my first ever time doing solo podcast episodes, which, to be fair, isn't that much different to me sitting and filming and talking to my camera on my own, obviously, here. But I was a little bit nervous that they were going to be, like, crazy short. And I told myself, like, 20 minutes will be fine because it's a solo episode. No one wants to listen to me talk for longer than that. Guys, the first one was 45 minutes of me just talking. Like, and it wasn't hard to film. Like, it was, I cut out tiny little bits, but it was essentially one take of me just talking for 45 minutes. I have such bad verbal diarrhea when I get going, but it's fine because it makes content really easy to do. So I'm really proud of myself for getting that first podcast episode up. I'm also proud of myself because if you've watched my videos or my content for a while, you know I do not film when there's other people around. I can't do it. I can't film these YouTube clips if there's other people. Like, when I film my intros for YouTube, the shutter to the garage is shut, the garage door is shut, my boyfriend is shutting doors like in the house, like he's not allowed outside in the garden, the door is not allowed to be open to the house from the back of the house. Like, I don't want anyone to be able to hear me, which is silly because obviously everyone in my life knows I make this content, but there's just something about it that makes me feel really uncomfortable when people can hear me. I've had to accept that when I'm filming podcasts with other people, obviously other people are going to be home. Like, my boyfriend's going to be home a lot of the time because a lot of the UK people, especially, they can only film in the afternoons or evenings when he's home from work, or on the weekends. A lot of people, like overseas and stuff, can only film at the weekends. So obviously I have to take these calls when he's home. And I've kind of accepted that when it comes to the podcast, I just have to accept it. Filming a solo podcast with someone in the room next to me, terrifying. And I knew that if I let myself feel nervous doing it and awkward doing it, it would be the most boring episode ever because obviously I wouldn't get any personality or enthusiasm across because I'd be so concerned about someone hearing me. So very, very proud that I managed to do that as well. Hopefully it was decent. I don't know. We'll find out if I get any feedback on it, but I am proud that I've managed to accomplish everything I needed to. This was definitely going to be the busiest, most difficult to fit in day of the next week and a bit. So proud to have got everything I need to done. Tomorrow should actually be pretty chill. Tomorrow I've literally just got to go feed the cats in the morning. I'll probably spend an hour with them as well. And then I'm literally going to come home. At some point I need to train. I need to cook up a couple of things for meal prep. I'd managed to get a food shop done today as well, so that's done. There was something else I needed to do tomorrow. Obviously I've got general work bits to do, but all my programs and stuff for clients were done during the week, so I haven't got anything to do there. It's literally just kind of communication, sending out my nutrition check-in email, nothing that's going to take me loads of time. So tomorrow, in theory, should be relatively relaxed, which is good because I really want to try and spend the evening relaxed. Obviously, once Worlds is done, which I think lift off tomorrow is I want to say it's 12 or 1, maybe 1 UK time, which is great because I can literally film the recap straight after and just get that uploading. Long dog walk at some point in there, and then maybe just spend the evening fully relaxing, doing a bit of painting or something that I've not done for ages. So yeah, all is good. That was a lot of ramble. I'm going to stop talking now because I do need to kind of get on because it's getting late. I feel tired. I don't really want to train, but I know I'll be fine. Nothing is super heavy today. I've got squats, deadlifts, lower accessories. The lower accessories are all very light this block, just to kind of reintroduce movements anyway. So none of this is going to take a long time. None of this is going to be super strenuous. I just have to kind of crack on and get it done. And yeah, also one other thing I was going to say as well is I've been really thinking about like my fitness levels. Also, I hope you guys love my Gilmore Girls top that I got for my birthday. My fitness levels are just not where I want them to be. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. So one thing I've introduced is rowing machine sprints, which I haven't even been able to do yet, but they're going to be on a Sunday afternoon when I go to the commercial gym, so tomorrow. Because my neck flared up last Sunday, I didn't do them after because it literally would have killed me off. So I'm going to introduce them tomorrow, providing my neck feels okay. It might just have to be quite gentle to begin with because my neck is mostly better, but it's still a bit stiff and uncomfortable. But what I will say is I think I want to add in more than just that. Like I think I want to maybe do a couple of HIIT sessions at home twice a week as well. I wish we had room in here for a cross trainer. I mean, we technically do, but it would just be so cramped. But like a cross trainer or something like that as well. Like, so I could literally just do 20 minutes at the end of a training session every single time would make me feel so good. Like when I was younger, I used to always do that. And it made me feel so, so good. But I think maybe a couple of HIIT sessions out here would be really easy, like literally like 10-minute HIIT circuits or something, just twice a week, along with my rowing machine sprints to begin with. There's no reason why I shouldn't do that or I can't do that. I can fit that in. And then plus I need to get back on top of like longer walks as well. Like my steps this week, I've given myself a lot of grace for this week, to be fair. Like I don't feel bad for it. I don't feel guilty for it. My body feels a little bit more stiff for it, but I've really not made myself hit like a certain amount of steps this week. Like I'm not really, like today I think I'm on like 6,000 because I've done one dog walk, which wasn't a long dog. It was like a 25-minute dog walk. But other than that, like my steps just haven't been super high. And actually my boyfriend has taken over a lot of the longer dog walks, pretty much all of them. I think I've maybe done like 2 or 3 this week. I think 3 days this week I've hit 10,000 steps, but the rest of it, it's literally been anywhere from like 4.5 to 7,000 steps, like, which for me is not a lot. Like pre-comp, I was doing 12,000 a day and it wasn't even difficult. Like it was really easy and I got in a really good routine with it. And I would like to get back to that. But I'm also aware that sometimes you have to give yourself grace. And it has been a really busy week. And next week as well with like the daily podcast and stuff, I know that it's going to be a really busy week. And obviously I've put that on myself, right? Like I have put this work on myself, but it's for a reason. It's for a better reason. Like as silly as it sounds, like that podcast is a massive marketing thing for me, my business, everything like that. Plus, it does help bring people into the sport. Like I've had that feedback before, so of course I want to keep doing it. And I think it's a really fun challenge for me trying to do daily ones. Like I think it will be good for me. So next week I'm not going to have a lot of time, basically, is what I'm kind of telling myself. So I'm like, okay, well next week you can do your 2 HIIT sessions at home as well as cardio on Sunday. And then the week after, you can get your steps back up. Like that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And we'll go from there. That was just a little bit of a side tangent, basically to say I really want my fitness levels up because I'm not happy with where they are right now. But that's obviously something only I can control. So it's something that I will work on. And I think it would also help me in terms of feeling more like mobile in my body and stuff as well by doing it that way. So I'm quite looking forward to adding that stuff in. I'm also probably going to bring my whiteboard down here that I have in my office. I need to have a real sort of stuff in the house because we just have stuff everywhere. And it's all like random clutter. Like my office is such a mess. So I'm going to bring the whiteboard down in here, I think. I might even get it on the wall, possibly, and then just use that to like plan circuits and stuff that I can do on there. And I can just make them up literally on the spot and go. And I can do something different every single session, which will be a bit more fun. I think having it written down in front of me, it gives me a use for the whiteboard. I can also then incorporate the whiteboard in the videos if I have something like I want to lay out, like in terms of my programming and stuff. That was just a bit of a random side tangent. I need to stop talking and train.
I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Damn, I'm a long way home at a split road. Gotta make a choice, do I sober up? Am I trying to keep it going to be continued, or am I trying to lose? Gonna keep moving now. I don't think I wanna leave at a tough week. Gotta realize this is what I need. Still got the time to be counting sheep. It's too late, I'm in too deep. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where. Aye, oh no. 머뭇거릴 시간 없어. 필수적인 this is my only answer. Yeah, my body keeps telling me go. Wanna be stacking towers from downtown. I'll be on a roll. 머릿속엔 it's a rush hour. This, that, overtime, champagne shower. Step back, skip lines, yeah, I'm never going cold. 어디 가야 해, 알려줘. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where.
Okay, so firstly, literally just finished my deadlift sixes, so a little bit out of breath because I did rush through them. Secondly, if you're thinking, God, Sean, you look so rough, and not just in the usual super out of breath, sweaty, overtired way. Guys, when I tell you, I was crying through squats, like fully crying my eyes out. I did my 155 set of 4, which the first 2 reps were definitely harder than the last 2 because I realized after the first 2 reps, when I lifted my eye line slightly, that my squat felt so much smoother if I just looked up a little bit more. Because I think since I moved to squatting in front of the wall, I've just naturally lowered my eye line. So lifted my eye line back up again. Last 2 reps felt crisp, great, fine, whatever. But as I re-racked it and I kind of got out from under the bar, I was like, oh, I've got like a bit of a headache coming on. So I was like, fine, whatever. I'll get on top of that. I'll pop indoors and take some paracetamol. As I went to leave the garage, I hit my head so hard on the metal shutter, like solid metal chunk. My head, like literally like all of this area just backed straight into it. And when I tell you my head was already aching, to then have that happen on top of it, which is the second thing I've done today that's stupidly clumsy, it was one of those moments where like I literally couldn't not cry. I fully burst into tears. And I was already dreading my 6s at 142 because I just thought they were going to feel harder than they should. When I was working with Lewis, we generally did like one heavier set of like whatever my rep work was, let's say set of 6, and then 2 lighter sets. And one big thing I'm trying to do with my own training now I'm taking over again is build up that work capacity to be able to handle multiple rep sets at a higher load, because I think that's something my squat benefits from. So I was kind of dreading the 142 sets of 6, not because I thought I wouldn't be able to do them, but because I just thought they were going to suck. Turns out, bearing in mind, I was literally still crying as I put my belt and wrist straps on for like each of the sets. They felt great. They felt great. Just lifting my eye line up has suddenly fixed my squat. I think that plus the extra volume I'm doing currently, my squat is just getting back in the groove. It's feeling good again. But when I tell you, I was crying. I was in so much pain. I mean, it still hurts. Like I can't express how hard I hit my head. Like I don't do things slowly. I was like full speed just into the metal shutter and like the bottom of it as well, which is a solid chunk of metal. It was so bad. But turns out mild concussion and squats go really well together. That's a joke. The squats actually felt fine. And then deadlifts, shocked at how good they felt. So I was super lazy. I, at that point, was very pissed off. So I literally just started at 120. So I didn't have to use the deadlift jack twice. And I did 120 for a single. I took a lot of time like setting up, getting my foot position right and everything, and kind of really focusing on that. And I literally did a single and it felt perfect. So I was like, oh, my top set's at 147 today. Let's just load it. Like, what am I going to do? 120, 140, 147. Like, what's the point? Let's just go straight to 147. So I did, and actually felt incredible. I think the way I lined myself up to the bar tonight was perfect. It worked incredibly well, and it's something that I can easily replicate. Did that for the set of 4. Now, I did reset for the final rep, not because it was hard, but because I'm using up some chalk that I bought that's just really bad while my sets are lighter, and my grip just felt like it was going to go. So I was like, let's just do a reset rep, it's fine. And to be honest, I quite like doing reset reps with my sumo still, because I'm still getting in the routine of like fully locking in my positioning, fully locking in my hip position, start position and stuff, that doing reset reps is actually like a good thing for me. So not mad at it. Then I did a set of 6 at 135, which obviously like all of this is super sub max. Like the entire day is super sub max. The goal right now is just building up my work capacity, locking in positioning on sumo, but like work capacity across like squat and deadlift massively at the moment. So did a set of 6 at 135, which was obviously easy breezy, not a problem at all. Positioning again felt really good. Did a reset rep on the final rep again. Grip just felt a bit off. And then 2x6 at 125, which obviously is nothing, but it's just good getting that rep work back in, building that base back up of like volume that I can handle. My body feels healthy still, slight bit of tightness in the hamstring where I've had the issue previously, but nothing that I think is going to bother me at all after this session, especially with the accessories that I've now got planned to do. So other than like crying my eyes out after thacking my head against a metal shutter, it's been a really good session so far, which surprises me. Also got all of that done in an hour, which means by the time I've done my accessories, for like an hour and 50, an hour and 20 maximum, so that's not too bad. But yeah, it is definitely past my bedtime. Anyway, stop talking and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Okay, it is Sunday evening and I jinxed myself by saying that because I got so much done yesterday, today would be an easy breezy day. Today has not been an easy breezy day. Doesn't help, I've just been super like, I think I'm just emotionally exhausted. Like my sleep quality has been great. I bought an eye mask to help me sleep. Very random story time. I bought an eye mask to help me sleep because the blinds in our bedroom do not block out any light. And I was like, I normally don't mind being woken up by the sunlight because it just means that I get up early and I can be productive and get out of bed early. But it's just really been impacting my sleep quality recently. So I bought an eye mask off Amazon. It's really good, to be fair. It's like a proper, like completely blackout, like I can't see a thing. And I do feel like it's helping me get into a much deeper state of sleep. I'm not waking up in the night quite as much. And it's allowing me to like properly sleep and get a good night's sleep and not wake up at like 3:34 in the morning as the sun starts to rise. So sleep quality has been really good. And I think that's definitely been helping me function a bit more like a human during the day, but actual time sleeping hasn't been amazing. Yesterday, I ended up actually getting into bed until gone 11. My boyfriend was also still up, just getting some last jobs and stuff around the house done, like finishing up the washing up and stuff. And naturally, I can't really fall asleep until he's also come to bed because I know that he'll be coming to bed soon. And then this morning, I had to get up about 6:30 to go and feed my sister's cats again, which is totally fine. And actually, when I'm there, I love being with them. But it's just like the half an hour trip there. So I like to try and spend some time with them as well because I just feel like they're not getting a lot of human interaction. Obviously, while my sister and her family are away. So I like to spend a bit of time there. I think I left there about 9:30. I got home about 10 o'clock this morning. By the time I'd eaten, had breakfast, whatever else, organised a few things, got a few jobs around the house done, walked the dog. It was then 12 o'clock. And guys, I've discovered that I hate IKEA with a passion. Now, that might be controversial. I've never been in an IKEA before until today. We are finally buying some bits for the house in terms of decorating and stuff. And one thing that we've bought is for my boyfriend's kind of spare room. We have a spare room each. Mine is my office. His is just like a room for him to build Lego and do whatever else he wants to in. And he bought a storage unit, or we bought a storage unit for that room. And we did it on click and collect because there's an IKEA next to the gym that we go to. So I went to the gym, or I'm going to the gym after this session, but I knew I wouldn't be able to go today until the evening. But it was due to arrive on Sunday today. And I was like, it's fine. He goes to the gym most evenings. He can go pick it up before he goes in the gym, or I can just pop in and collect it when I'm like that direction. It's literally like 10 minutes from here, fine, whatever. Turns out with IKEA Click and Collect, you have to collect on the day or they give you a refund. And I didn't know this. So I got back from the dog walk just after 12 and I looked at my phone, I read my text and I was like, oh, you have to collect it within the time slot given, otherwise they'll refund it. And I was like, oh, what's my time slot? Like I didn't select the time slot, I swear. I just ordered it on Click and Collect, whatever. My time slot was today, 10 till 4. And because I'm doing daily recaps of the World Championships, I need to be watching the World Championships in full. Doesn't mean I necessarily need to be watching it live, but I need to watch it in full. I want to get my honest emotional reactions to it, so I need to watch it reasonably soon to when it's actually taking place as well, so I don't see any spoilers. My phone blows up during the World Championships because, especially now I'm doing these daily podcasts, people are sending me stuff in. Like my Instagram notifications are actually turned off, so they don't come through, but WhatsApp messages are coming through. Like I need to be somewhat on the ball watching them relatively live, and I know I've chosen to take this on myself. But essentially I had to make a decision. I was like, I literally need to go and collect that now, or I'm not going to be able to watch it, or I'm not going to be able to collect it before 4 o'clock because there's no way I'm going to be going to the gym, like finishing my bench, going to the gym before 4 o'clock. I contemplated just getting my bench and training done then and just starting the World Championships like 45 minutes to an hour later, but I hadn't eaten enough to train. I'd literally had like one baguette when I first got home at like 10ish, like 10:30, I think, by the time I ate it. And that was literally all I'd had. So I was like, okay, no, I have to find a way to go and get this now. So I literally just left there and then went to get it. So at this point, I just went straight there and my 10-15 minute journey took nearly 30 minutes because of traffic. Obviously Sunday afternoon, traffic in the city, terrible. And that, honestly, this is how I can tell that I'm just like quite emotionally like and mentally drained at the moment, because that wouldn't usually bother me. Like I'm such a calm, like nonchalant, don't care person usually, but I was just so irrationally annoyed. But then the car park was super full. I finally got a space and I had to drive into a space. I'm not very good at driving into spaces either, but I managed to find one. Fine, whatever, walked into the store, and I've not been in an IKEA before. I wasn't surprised by this, but you literally have to go around the entire zigzag maze that they've sorted. And I was just following the click and collect sign, and it just pissed me off, because the whole point of click and collect is that I can order online for convenience and I can pick up in store for convenience. There was nothing convenient about this. I might as well have just gone in and ordered it, or bought it in store, because I had to walk halfway around the store and then I could barely get to click and collect section because people were queuing for the calf, which also just really annoyed me how close everything was. And then I had this massive trolley with this massive box. I didn't actually expect it to be a big box. So I had no choice but to, normally I would just grab a box and walk with it, fine, whatever. But because this store is like an absolute maze anyway, and I wasn't sure how heavy the box was going to be, I just took the trolley, and it was just obnoxiously big and in the way. And then I kept getting stuck behind slow walkers that were going through this horrible maze to the checkout, to the exit. There was also no signs for the exit. I literally just had to assume to just keep following the arrows, which obviously isn't a hard thing to assume. But it just made me irrationally angry. Like the fact that I had to just keep walking behind these really slow people and I was in a rush, and it just annoyed me a lot. And I have made the decision that I am never going to an IKEA again. Never. If we need anything from there again, it's not me that's picking it up. Like, not my problem, not going, don't want to know, literally never stepping foot in one again. It just made me really annoyed, because it was just not the quick, convenient click and collect that I need. And I'm not usually someone that's in a rush. I'm usually pretty chill. I wasn't today. Anyway, coming home, also got stuck in traffic, took me ages to get home, managed to literally get home just before Wells started, which was fine. Set myself up on the laptop, already had some food prepped and stuff to have anyway, so I sat and ate in front of the TV, making notes on my laptop, making notes on my phone, whatever. Got through that, and literally I felt so overly tired by the end of it. Also, after banging my head yesterday, I've got like an actual bruise on my scalp. I didn't know it was possible to bruise your scalp, but like my scalp is tender to touch and sore. I've also had a headache most of the day watching Wells. My eyes, like, it was such a good session, but I was exhausted. Like, I was struggling to keep my eyes open. I felt really rough, just generally did not feel like myself at all. Knowing as well I started to train and stuff as well. It was just a lot, and I just felt a bit overwhelmed, and yeah, it was fine, whatever. All finished. I ended up actually having like an hour on the sofa with my eyes shut, like not quite napping, but like I just needed to decompress for an hour, which is why it's now 8 p.m. and I'm only now training. I filmed the podcast recap straight after I woke up. I also, like, the thing is, I didn't really want to stop and nap, but I was very aware that filming a solo podcast, as exhausted as I was never going to be like listenable. It was going to be dull and boring and me just absolutely dead to the world. And I also put a question box up on my story as well that I was waiting for feedback on. So I was like, okay, no, I'll just have an hour on the sofa, then there'll be some answers to it. Then I can film the podcast. It's fine, whatever. And it all worked out fine. Podcast is filmed. It's currently uploading. All I've got to do tonight is bench. Bench won't take too long. Food-wise, today's been decent. I've actually still got another full meal to have, which is going to be pretty late by the time I get back from the gym and stuff, but that's not a problem at all. Like, it's fine. It's all pretty much ready. I just need to put it in the microwave and heat it up. But by the time I get, like, when I tell you I'm so tempted to not even go to the gym, to literally just bench, do a couple of my accessories that I can do at home and just call it, I'm so tempted. But I have just taken some more painkillers for my headache. I'm very aware of the fact that if I don't go and do my accessories tonight, I will feel an immense amount of guilt for it. So I will be going, but I don't want to go. And I want to make it very clear here and honest about the fact that I just do not want to go. So yeah, that is what it is. Also, I had like work and stuff to get through today, of course, as well, like the usual stuff on a Sunday, but it's fine. And to be honest, I knew this weekend was going to be a lot just for the fact that I had to drive to my sister's and back quite a few times, which again, I love hanging out with her cats, so I don't mind doing it. And obviously, like, doing her a favor is absolutely fine. But it's just, this weekend was always reasonably busy just with other stuff going on that I haven't really spoken through. So it's just an extra thing then on my to-do list, which is totally fine, but it just means that I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I'm very, very tired, but it's all fine. I'm going to get bench done. Bench won't take me too long, and then I just need to crack on, go straight to the gym. I'm going on my own tonight, which means I can get through things a little bit faster as well. And then I've got to do some cardio at the end. Like, I really want to get my fitness back up, so I've got some rowing machine sprints today, which my neck currently feels okay. I'm going to just start them, see how I feel. I am worried it will just create a bit of tightness and tension because I've not done them for a while. So actually doing sprints is probably not the smartest way to start. I might just do some slow, like 30-second intervals, but just slow and steady to begin with, and not worry too much about like the actual intensity of it, and just kind of get myself used to doing the motion again. But I'll just kind of make that decision when I'm there. But yeah, thankfully going to the gym this late at night means the traffic should be pretty much none. So hopefully I can just get there and back like literally 10 minutes each way like it should be. But we will see. I don't think there's anything else to talk through. I've got ascending sets tonight. I've got a triple, a double, a single, and then an AMRAP at the same weight of my triple, which I think from memory, I haven't got my sheet up in front of me. I've got a triple at 100, double at 107.5, single at 112, AMRAP at 100, I believe is roughly what I'll be doing. We'll see how it all moves. Obviously, I'll put the loads on the screen, I'll put what I do on the screen, and go from there.
Just tell me once I get the ID, taxi tossing, I got 없이 on my way, my ETA is ASAP. No way I'ma miss this. Pool party time to get lit. About to go down, 마지막 것처럼. Where we tryna go? 주소 보내줘. Where we tryna go? 빨리 보내. Oh shoot. Okay, I got it. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where. Just tell me where. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where.
Okay, so just really quick recap. I'm not going to lie, I didn't expect any of that to feel good. Tried to kind of lie myself into it and like delusion myself into it. I kind of realised as I came out, my last food, which was a bowl of cereal, which generally if you're having a sugary like carb pre-workout, you have it within like 30 to 90 minutes pre-training. I had it like 5:30. So like almost 3 hours before training, and I can tell. Firstly, I'm also a meal down for when I would normally train. Like if I'm training this late, I've usually had another meal by now. But my legs kind of felt like jelly the whole time. And I like felt like I just had kind of like no power and force output. So I wasn't expecting a lot, especially when it came to the AMRAP. The ascending sets were fine. They didn't feel amazing, but to be fair, they didn't last week either. But they were fine. They all moved fine. They were all comfortable. There's still plenty of room on all of them. But the AMRAP at 100, I said last week I really want to get 8 reps because last week I got 8 at 95 an RP7 with my neck flaring up. And I said in the video, like, the main reason I had to stop there, like it wasn't a true RP7. The main reason I stopped was because my neck was just so uncomfortable. I couldn't hold position any longer. So I was like, I'll hit 8 at 100 this week. It's fine. And I got to like 6 and I was like, definitely like legs aren't feeling great. I'm not really feeling like I'm using my leg drive. Plus like arms are starting to fatigue, which I wasn't surprised by. Like I say, I'm not well fueled right now. So I went for 7. 7 was hard. And I was like, it was meant to be like an RP 7.5 to 8 cap as well. But I was like, this isn't a true fatiguing set. Like you're just not fueled. So I was like, just go for the 8. Just see what happens. And like, I didn't even get off my chest. Like I didn't, to be honest, I kind of didn't really try to get it off my chest because I just knew at that point it wasn't really going to happen unless it was like death grind, which even then it probably wouldn't happen. So 7 reps on the AMRAP, which isn't terrible. Not going to complain too much on a day where I'm like obviously not in optimal circumstances. Something else I didn't really speak about at the start of the video, which I kind of didn't speak about in hopes that I could just pretend it wasn't true and it wouldn't impact my training, but I felt really rough all day, like not just headache and stuff, but I've just felt really off. Like I can't really explain it too well. Like when I walked the dog earlier, like within like 2 minutes of being on the walk, I was just, bear in mind it was quite cool here today. Like I was just absolutely overheating. I was sweating. I was out of breath. And like, that's before we've even gotten to the woods to do our actual walk. That's literally like around the corner from my house, like a minute into the walk. And I just felt really off all day. I don't know if I'm potentially coming down with something or it's just one of those days. Maybe I truly did get concussion yesterday. But yeah, I've just not felt amazing today. And I kind of want to just ignore it and deny it. But I can tell right now, like with even like sitting here, my legs feel like they're not even part of my body. They feel like jelly. I'm kind of shaking a little bit, which isn't like me. And I know that that's just like an underfueled thing probably as well. But also just something is not quite right. But is what it is. Like I'm not mad at how that moved. Like this block, there is no pressure on it, so it's fine. I am now going to go to the gym. I'm going to have an apple en route just to get some carbs in my system. But I'm going to go to the gym, just get what I can done, not going to stress too much about anything being perfect. Can do a little bit of work on the rowing machine just to start introducing it and just see how my neck feels and stuff. They have got assault bikes and stuff as well, so I could always use those for sprints, but I just hate, like, I used to teach spin classes and stuff, and I don't want to do that sort of thing. I hate when it's like my legs that are doing the cardio, if that makes sense. So we'll see, I'll decide, but there will be more cardio involved from today onwards anyway, just because I really want to work on my overall fitness. But setting this task for myself when I've already got other stuff going on probably isn't the best timing, but got to do it. And to be fair, from next weekend, I can finally, like I said in the last week's videos, I can actually train in the mornings next weekend, which is great. I can just get them done at the start of the day. I always feel better training kind of first thing, just literally get up, have like cereal or whatever I'm having for my pre-workout, an hour later, get in the gym. And it just works really well for me. And I know I'll feel better for it. So I'm going to make sure to kind of do that next weekend and just get that done first thing in the morning. And then the rest of the day, it's not one of those things on my to-do list that's kind of lingering over my head. So that is kind of the plan. Anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. This has been a very long one, I think. So apologies for that. Thank you very much for made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in a few days for the next one.